Going on YouTube, what's going on Facebook, and all those other good joints, man. Welcome to Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. And it seems like the nonsense just keeps on coming. It's a conveyor belt of 100% uncut, pure nonsense. They're feeding it to us, man. They're feeding it to us. Trying to break us. Trying to break us. Trying to make us embrace some nonsense. I don't know about y'all. I don't like nonsense. I don't like eating that mess. Man, you better feed me some spaghetti and meatballs. Don't be giving me no nonsense. Dang on it. You remember when you was a kid, you always knew the fake stuff versus the real stuff, with your mom used to try to, pretend and, all that stuff. Always had to get the generic stuff. Like, we was like, hey, mama, can we get some Mr. Bubble? Mr. Bubble? Sure. Hit you with that Dawn. Liquid detergent. Go in there and get ready for a bath. Yeah, this ain't Mr. Bubble. Yeah, always. All kind of stuff mom used to get us with. Oh, yeah, Halloween costume? You want one of those? Go in the closet and get a sheet. Cut some circles out in those eyes. I'd be like, but I want to go as Superman. You'd be better than Superman. Here, put this sheet over your whole body and you'll be a ghost. Even Superman are scared of ghosts. Really? Yeah. All the time, man. Faking all kind of stuff, man. I didn't even know what spam was. Y'all remember spam? We used to eat that mess. Well, can we get some bologna? Bologna? Bologna ain't better than spam. What? What's spam? I don't know, baby. But it's better than bologna. Unbelievable. So anyway, welcome to the show. This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, coming at you live. I just uploaded a short clip from a couple weeks ago when Joe Biden was making up words. And so please check that out and share it with your friends so if they voted for Joe Biden, they can be very embarrassed as they try to make out what that man said, okay? All right, hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on all of the other platforms, including my other alternative channel right over here that I'm looking at, watching myself. I don't know if the number ever went up, but hopefully it did go up because some of you went over and subscribed to it. Then also, please do me another favor and text MAGA to this number on the screen, 330-974-4607. And then I will confirm at some point that you are in Kevin's Corner. And at that point, you might receive some text messages here or there letting you know what's going on, okay? And then finally, guys, we have, I think, let's see, y'all. We got 9 days left for my little fundraiser, which is, wait a minute. Let's see. I like to be accurate, y'all. All right, okay. Come on now. We got 9 days left. Come on, anybody want to go now? You got that? All right, so let's see. We actually have 9 days left. So any of those that would like to, of course, participate in my monthly $5 fundraiser to help offset the stupidity that's going on with censorship and all of that mess, feel free. We're getting close. We're doing well. And I want to thank every single person and all your sacrifices, those that sent me things, those that just watch my videos, those that share my videos. All of that stuff counts, man. When we have so many odds stacked up against us, there's no time to divvy out who is participating and supporting the most based on, monetary value. Trust me, if people don't watch the show don't go. If people don't like the videos, that's a no-go too. So every single thing that people do to help promote the channel and get the word out, it all helps. And who knows? One day, maybe big time will pick me up. I don't know. Who knows, might come calling. All right, we seen you on the TV making fun of people. We like it. We want to pick you up and give you your own show. But until then, I'm going to keep the show going right here. So now, with no further ado, let me get loose, because, boy, I'm about to let some folks have it tonight. Me. Gotta wet my whistle. Yeah. Like a real gorilla. There's some kings in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. So guys, last night we had to check on Milk Dud head. Doom, da, da, doom, da, da, doom, da, da, doom. His Milk Dud brings on a. So now, remember Milk Dud head? We're talking about one of the raggediest Democrats in Congress, which that right there is hard to distinguish because all of them are absolutely 100% raggedy, man. The fact that they would even allow certain people on their squad lets you know that. Remember over the weekend that I put together my match between the red and the blue team. And we were able to see the quality of players that the Democrats are producing. They don't screen their players. They recruit folks on their squad based on superficial things. That's right. And bring in an angry black lady with the asymmetric haircut and the long claws. And long as she's mad and angry and emotional, we'll take her so we can check a box and say, look, we got a black lady with the asymmetric haircut and all of that stuff. Bring in Fetterman or Fetterwoman, whoever, it doesn't matter to us. We don't care about this man's qualifications. Long as he votes along with the party, long as he gets up there and says exactly the things that the Democrat Party promotes. They love it, man. They love their identity politics. But then when it's game time, oh, they get exposed then. When it's time to have these people step out on that field and you're throwing little gentle passes to them and they can't catch. They're hugging themselves trying to catch the ball. Yep, ball hits you in the chest, rolls down, and you're giving yourself a hug. That's right. You're running like you got two left feet and they get exposed. But yet somehow, there are people in the stands still going, yay, for Democrats. Well, we're going to try to go ahead and help those fans out tonight. That's what we're going to try to do. By once again exposing that their team that they're rooting for and support sucks. Yeah, I said it. They suck. Okay. So now with that being said, we got to go back to Milk Dud head. So Milk Dud pulls the fire alarm and now the heat is on. Doom, 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 doom. The heat is, that Milk Dud head is about to melt from all the heat. And we're going to check and see what his latest response to this is. Because that's the best part. That's the best part. When they do something stupid and get caught, and you sitting there like, boy, I can't wait for this excuse. Because you know, Democrats say the darndest things. They're like little 2 or 3 year olds that get caught. And you catch them and you're not really mad. You're more so excited about hearing a 2-year-old try to explain why they was in the refrigerator at 3 a.m. eating ice cream. Yeah, hey man, what you doing down here? Huh? What you doing down here at 3 a.m? Didn't I tell you not to go in the freezer and get no ice cream? I was getting some for you. For me, I don't want no ice cream. I was asleep and I heard something rummaging downstairs. Why are you up? I heard something in the closet, and then I was like, that might be Dad. And then when I looked, and then it wasn't Dad. So then what had happened was I said, you know what? Since I'm up, I might as well go downstairs and get some ice cream because I thought it was morning. It's hilarious. You got to keep a straight face listening to kids give explanations. Yeah, you can't let them know it's actually funny. You got to laugh when you walk away. This is how the Democrat Party operates. When they get busted and you hear them out there trying to give excuses. So here we go, man. Here's the latest on Milk Dud. Let's see what he's talking about.
That's what they do, but I'm not worried about that.
He ain't worried about
it. You say that your comm staff released a statement without you being aware that they used the term Nazi. You didn't see that?
Nazi? So wait a minute. This man wrote a memo to his fellow Democrats who always make themselves look dumb by supporting corruption. They refuse to throw any of the other Democrats under the bus to a fault, to a point where you'll have a Democrat like Milk Dud right there, do something obviously corrupt, wide out in the open. Everybody sees it. Everybody knows what he was doing. But Democrats got to go wobbling out there and try to make that mess sound like it makes sense. So now Milk Dud has to answer for this. And boy, that Milk Dud is shining. He ain't got no neck in no sight whatsoever. I can't see no neck. It's just the dud. The dud sitting on top of those collars. So now let's hear Dud try to act like he's serious. Because see, Dud sent out a memo Yeah, SOS. Hey, y'all got to help me. Y'all see me all over the news looking stupid. Okay. Y'all didn't tell me, man, there was cameras down there. Y'all set me up. Now listen, maybe we should all go head out to the camera while y'all support me and maybe divert the attention away from my crimes, my corruption, by calling what? Republicans Nazis. Now, you don't think that is a part of their strategy? How many times have we heard all of these horrific accusations and labels thrown out to distract from all of their corruption, their behavior? Anytime they get busted doing something, this is nothing more than a witch hunt against us, even though we're the witches, and it's a legitimate hunt. Because, yes, we are witches and warlocks. However, we're going to lie and say this is an illegitimate witch hunt. And then we're also going to say, and you know what? You people are extremists because you're either what? White nationalists, white supremacists, Nazis, Hitler. The list goes on. The list goes on. They just throw all of that garbage, that gumbo of Marxist conflict theory labels on everybody who criticizes them, even when these folks legitimately deserve to be criticized. So now he goes to the playbook and get busted. So apparently somebody must have released the little memo with his SOS. All right, y'all, here's the plan, man. Y'all got to support me. And maybe we should go ahead and call the Republicans, Nazis. Nazis. Now watch him go ahead and pivot because I guess he didn't expect the memo to get released into the public. So he's busted again.
Before Rand?
I didn't know, but as soon as I saw it, I sent out the tweet that retracted it and made my position very clear.
Do you hear that? That man said he did not know about that Nazi comment in that memo. I didn't. No, but, as soon as I saw it, I immediately sent out. No, when you saw it, you was probably like, who the heck told? Who sent the memo out to the... I can't trust y'all with nothing, man. Okay, I can't trust y'all. Now I got to go out there and try to lie again. Lie again. Like this man had no idea. This is just like Mayor Garlic, Raggedy Ray, Mucus, all of them who, when whistleblowers come out and show what these memos has been sent out and what they said and what's going on behind closed door, these fools get up there. I had no idea. I'm not a brush on that. I have heard nothing about this. My first time hearing about it. It had nothing to do with me. Memos going out about Christians. I was upset when I heard about that. Were you? Were you? Because see, my gut tells me that if people under you are writing up things like this, sending out memos like this, coming up with ideas and strategies that target parents and Christians and stuff, my gut tells me it's probably coming from the top. Can you imagine being a mid-level employee in the FBI or the DOJ and you just decide, you know what we should do? Let's target Christians all on our own. Well, hey, man, what do you think the captain will say about that? I don't care. Whatever, man. I'm sure he'll give us a stamp of approval after we do it. Do you think that's what's happening? But yet they get out there and they try to belittle our intelligence by saying, I didn't know nothing about it. I heard about it. I was like, what? Nazis? Man, that ain't right. Now, do you think this radical, angry black man right there, who's in everybody's face, which you saw me show last night, he put that Milk Dud right in one of the other politicians' face, and that Milk Dud was just going all over the place. All of this was going on. You think that man would hold back? You think he would bite his tongue? And when it comes down to labeling Republicans pretty much anything under the sun? No, I don't believe that at one bit. Here he is. I know I didn't. That is not right. Let's hear it.
So what do you say to folks who say it's just not believable that you would think a red fire alarm was an exit? How could you possibly get that mixed up?
Yeah, I mean, it's all good. You know, they can have their opinion, but I know I was in a rush to get to my vote. And I tried the door, it didn't work. So I pulled the alarm thinking it would open. That didn't work, so I went downstairs.
There you go, man. Now I got to look stupid up here with this excuse. Because somebody strung Milk Dud out to dry. So Milk Dud, hey man, that's on them. I'm just saying, I'm trying to get to the vote, and the door went open, so I looked over at the fire alarm, thought maybe if I pulled out the door would open. Yeah, you need to have that big milk dud looking straight down to the ground. I hope you don't have family members watching this. You mean tell me daddy don't know what the fire alarm is? Hey daddy, when you get home, I'ma help you, okay? You ain't supposed to put the fire. Shut up, kids. I know that. Dang on it. He would be furious because you know every kid in his family, every kid he's ever taught, every kid in the high school or wherever he was a principal at, they all probably watching this going, man, our principal's a fraud. Full-blown fraud. If I was his son, I'd be like, my daddy a fraud. He probably was at the crib telling his kids the other day, hey, don't pull the fire alarm, okay? You don't do that. Then next you know, you see him on TV. Ring. So now, look at him with that milk dud hanging down low. Let's continue.
It was a dumb choice, but you know, it is what it is. I take full responsibility.
Nope. See, you got the wrong wording, Dud. You got the wrong wording. It wasn't a dumb choice. It was an evil choice. It was a lawless choice. That's what it was. It was a desperate choice. It was you guys doing what you guys do best. All the shenanigans, all of the tactics that y'all use, to either shape narratives, to put your opponents in a position to be demonized and blame them for your raggedy governing. Yeah, well, there's Republicans. They were ones responsible for the shutdown, even though we tried to delay everything. You know, stuff like that. They do things like that. They're not interested in helping the people. They're interested. Every move is strategically designed to position themselves for more power. That is it. Somebody said, what's happening from England? Hello. Yeah. And somebody said, thank you, my love. No, you're welcome. Now let's continue hearing about this from Milk Dud. Now he's humble. Wait. Whatever happened to... Like he was doing Lee Eldon or whoever that was. Couldn't understand a word he was saying. So now all of a sudden, yeah, you know, I mean, it was dumb.
For it, and now trying to move on, just do my job.
Why would you think a fire alarm would get you out of the door?
Listen, you know.
That's right. Make him sound more stupid. Keep asking more obvious questions so you can continue to laugh. See, now once again, they're treating him like you would treat a 2-year-old. This sitting back trying to come up with all kind of excuses why they did whatever they did. You keep asking questions because it's funny to you. You're like, man, this little dude right here is lined up some stuff. But it's funny to me, so I'm going to keep asking, oh, you thought that was a smart idea, huh? So how did you get up there to get the ice cream, huh? I had, what had happened was this chair was right in front of the refrigerator, and I was like, yeah, that chair shouldn't be in front of the refrigerator, so I was going to move it. But then when I stepped on top of it, what, you stepped on top of the chair to move the chair? Huh? What, I thought that's the way chairs move, like when you step on them. See, you keep asking questions to make them sound more stupid as they go. But they're two. This is a grown man. And here they go like, did you think that was a good idea? What made you do that?
I tried the door. It says it's emergency exit. You push on it, it would open. I tried that. It didn't work. And I tried the alarm to jar the door. I've done that enough.
That always works, don't it? The alarm opens all doors, right? I tried the alarm to but that didn't work. So I fled. And went outside and stood out there on the lawn with the rest of my corrupt party. Trying to pretend like I had no idea. How do you think that happened? Standing out on the grass. What do you think that? Well, who did that? I don't know. What? The alarm. Okay, my bad. Yeah, that was me. Okay. Now, once again, if I was the fire department, I would be asking the 2-year-old right here all kind of questions. So tell us again how you looked at the big thing that said fire alarm and thought that it would open the door. No, these are serious questions. We're doing an investigation. That's what I will be doing. We just want to, get all the details again. So now, you fled on foot after finding out that it didn't open the door, right? I would love it. I would love to sit down in the room and take this dude through the ringer and make him sound even dumber.
Other places and it worked. It just didn't work this time.
Most people see an emergency exit, they can take another exit.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I wasn't trying to prevent a vote or shut down the government.
Sure you weren't.
Anything. It was a bad decision. It was a mistake. I took responsibility for it. I don't know why it's gotten this much attention.
You don't know why it got that much attention. Man, I don't know why. Shoot. Now, any other time, this big bag of nothing, he brings attention to everything. He's the loudest mouth in the room. That's what he is. Always wanting attention. But now when he gets caught doing something stupid, he's like, lay low, man. Leave me be. Leave me be. I ain't do nothing, man. Okay, yeah, it was dumb. Just let it go, man. Okay, it's over with. No, it's not over with. I would hound this dude into the end of time. If this man was on his deathbed, I would come in there on my crutches and be like, please go ahead and tell me again back in 2023, what made you pull the fire alarm again? I would never let it in. Ever let it in. So now he's like, leave me be. I don't know why this brought. You know why it brought a lot of attention? Because it highlights, number one, your stupidity. Number two, you're a liar. Number three, you're corrupt. And number four, you just committed the same thing that all of these Democrats been bringing attention to. You interrupted a proceeding. So therefore, you're an insurrectionist. So we got to go ahead and ride this till the wheels fall off, baby. We got to get to the bottom of these insurrections. We got to round them up. Right now, we got one on tape. On tape. But now he's like downplaying it, man. Y'all better go on, man. Y'all tripping, man. I said, hey, look, man. I said it was a stupid mistake. But none of those J6ers was able to downplay it and just casually brush it off. I don't know why this is bringing so much attention. All I did was just walk through with my cell phone and my MAGA hat filming stuff, man, with the doors open and cops waving us in. I didn't think nothing of it. And now the FBI is at my door talking about I'm an insurrectionist and I'm about to do 10 years. See? So here he is, though. I don't see the problem in. Unreal.
We got to focus on doing our job. That's the most important.
Doing your job by pulling the fire alarm to stop people from doing their job. To stop people from doing their job, we got to focus on doing our job, which is being more corrupt and evil and continuing to spread Marxist conflict theory and pretty much destroy the whole country. You know how we do it as Dems. You know how we do it.
Did you ever punish any students for pulling a fire alarm? And if so, what was the punishment?
I'll have more to say, after the decision is made in terms of what happens with the investigation.
Get him out.
But right now, I'm not going to say too much more.
What did the Capitol Police telling you about the state of their investigation?
It's still ongoing.
And you've spoken to the Capitol Police, the Sergeant at Arms, who else?
Yes, both those two. Yeah.
And Leader Jeffries.
Yes. Yeah. So.
But how's that fixed?
Not yet. My team may have having.
Health ethics. Yeah.
3 reasons.
Here he is again. They're asking Dud again. Some more questions. Let's see how Dud handles this one.
So stand by your statement that the fire alarm was an accident.
I don't know why this has gotten so much attention.
There it is again.
I was literally just in a rush to go.
Yeah, man. Stop hounding me over this mess. Boy, I love these Dems, man. But of course, I love them for all the other reason, not from their work and their productivity and their integrity. No, I love them because they are constantly exposing how corrupt and evil and dumb they are. There it is. Once again, I don't even know why this is bringing so much attention, man. Think about it. See, once again, I have to treat him like the kid. You know what? Since you don't know, okay, how about you go over there and sit there in that corner until you figure it out? Yeah, when you figure out why you're in that corner, then come out and say, hey, Eureka, I think I know why I'm on punishment. See, so now here's this guy. He don't know what he did. He's just sitting there like it was just a mistake, honest mistake. It was stupid, but, honest mistake. Like we're supposed to take that doo-doo and say, yeah, that's chocolate, isn't it? No, it's doo-doo.
Oh, man, that's all it was.
Are you afraid of any repercussions either from leadership or from legally from Capitol Police?
I mean, listen, I take responsibility for what I did, but like I said, I was in a rush to go vote, and, the investigation will sort everything else out.
I was in a rush to
Talk
go
to
vote.
Jeffries about it.
Oh, yeah, of course, let's stay there. Yes.
How was that conversation?
Well, I got to keep that between me and the leader, so I'm not going to
Wait a minute, where's all the madness? Where's all the anger? Where's all the emotion? Where's all the hostility that he normally talks with? See, now all of a sudden he's trying to just lay low. So, man, yeah, man. I just look, man, I don't even know why y'all tripping over there. Hey, but anyway, man, it is what it is, man. I'm going to go ahead and finish working for the American people. Now, normally he's the loudest dude. He's angry all the time. See, he don't give none of his victims the benefit of the doubt that he screams and yells at. He don't even let them speak. He calls them every name under the book. He's always on the offense. And now look at the big for nothing on the defense. All choked up, all gentle, all humble, hoping he can keep his job and even more so stay his butt out of prison, which he should go. Take him and that Milk Dud straight to the slammer.
Yeah, that publicly, yeah. We've been in touch with each other.
And so I would say that it is an appropriate next step to make sure that he is held accountable, that there are consequences for his actions.
I like this Republican.
And look, Democrats that entire afternoon were trying delay tactics. First, they tried to do a motion to adjourn. Then they tried to speak on the floor. Hakeem Jeffries gave a...
And see, the plot thickens. See, he wasn't the only one trying to delay this. This is why you know he did it on purpose. The whole party was trying to delay this. He's just one key piece to the puzzle. See? Yeah, he had to do his part. All right, for y'all weren't able to get it done. I'm going to go ahead and try something different. That was the last ditch effort. Go pull the fire alarm. So the whole party is always up to shenanigans. Always up to shenanigans, man. They are weasels. Unbelievable, these people. So now they were all trying to delay it. And unfortunately, this guy was obvious. The others were just filibustering and talking, but not this guy. His tactic is, I'm going to go put a fire alarm. Because Democrats are so used to getting away with corruption, they don't think their crimes through. They're recklessly performing acts of criminality because they're like, I'm a Democrat. So what if I get caught pulling a fire alarm? It's for the greater good. I'm sure Nasty Pelosi or somebody will get me out of this. And the sad part, he just might get out of this. But not with Republicans like this. McCarthy maybe. But her, I like her style.
A very long speech to try to further delay the vote, and then you saw the fire alarm pulled. So, it's these types of antics that the Democrats are resorting to try to disrupt proceedings. And what kind of message does it send to our young people that they can pull a fire alarm and there's zero consequences? Look, it's not just the act of pulling a fire alarm, which is a violation of D.C. code. But in addition to that, it was during an official proceeding. That is the same thing that they've gone after, those individuals who walked into the Capitol on January 6th. You have to have an equal distribution of justice.
Now, he done put Mayor Garlick in a pickle.
Okay, I obviously know that we are biased, and I've been lying all this time about we do not have two-tiered justice system. And now Milk Dud goes out there and does something stupid. Now, I either have to go ahead and once prove to the American people that I'm biased, or I must go after Milk Dud.
Because that's what needs to happen. But that's only going to happen if the Republicans yell at the top of their lungs. When is Milk Dud going to jail? That would be my only question for Garlic. Every time somebody get in my face with a mic, every time somebody bring up J6, how do you feel about J6? When is Milk Dud going to jail? There it is. Garlic comes back.
I'm here to testify.
When is Milk Dud going to jail? That's the only question I need to know. Because if Milk Dud doesn't go to jail, all of the rest of these folks that they're spending all this time and money and effort to track down through facial recognition, you don't need that for him. We all know who Milk Dud is. Y'all can go right now and throw him in a slammer instead of going halfway across the country to track down some grandmother somewhere. Milk Dud's right up there in Washington. Throw him in a slammer. That's what I want to see.
You can't say it's disrupted official proceeding on one hand and then not hold this man accountable for doing this when we had 12 hours to go and trying to preventing a shutdown of our nation's government.
So the law in D.C., it's a misdemeanor for pulling a fire alarm falsely. It's punishable.
Misdemeanor for pulling a fire alarm falsely. Okay. Just like all the trespassing that the people from J6 did. But they were getting heavy charges because, Democrats, they will rework the law. They will bend it. They will stretch it. They'll come up with new stuff just to impose heavy sentences on their enemies. So, yeah, that might be a misdemeanor. But wait a minute. What about the other part? The most important part.
Up to 6 months in jail. He tweeted about Donald Trump months ago, no one is above the law. So should he face punishment?
Yeah, look, it's a misdemeanor for pulling the fire alarm, but it's a felony if you're doing it to obstruct government proceedings, which is what we are saying occurred here. Look, it's very clear.
No wonder Milk Dud trying to tell people leave him be. I don't see what y'all tripping for, man. Let's just move on, man. I ain't trying to do no time. No, I want to see Milk Dud in the slammer. That's what I want to see. So here he is like, man, I didn't know this was that serious. But I guarantee you that same guy will get out there and demand that every single person that stepped foot on the Capitol ground should be locked up for life. Guarantee you. Him and all his crew. But when it come down to him, stupid, man. I wasn't thinking, man. I don't know why people making a big deal about this.
It was a fire alarm. There's, if you wanted to push the door open like he claims, perhaps an alarm would have gone off. But that's not what he did. And also there's access to the Capitol through many different ways. It's not just through the doors. There's a tunnel that connects the Cannon building to the Capitol. So nobody buys this argument that he did it because he was trying to get out of the building.
But it's funny to hear him try it.
That's just ludicrous.
Yeah, he said those doors were emergency doors. But when you look at the picture, and I don't know where these doors are, but usually an emergency door says emergency across the buttons that you push, the handle that you push to get out. It doesn't appear to those are emergency doors. I don't know why they would be locked, maybe for security reasons. But the fire alarm is to the left, and look at it. It says fire. Everybody.
It would be one thing if the fire alarm was right next to the door where you didn't have to make a full-blown, complete perpendicular turn, whole body away from the door, fire alarm on a fat wall. Did he think the wall was going to open up? See, he wasn't even looking at the door. I can see if he would have pulled it looking at the door like, man, it ain't budging. This man didn't care about that door opening. He was full blown in hyper focus on that alarm. Probably pulled it with 2 hands. Unbelievable. Body language and everything is screaming out, hey, I'm here to pull the alarm, not get out of a door.
Who's above the age of 7 knows that you don't pull a fire alarm unless there's a fire, or you're going to face the consequences.
Especially.
And I even would go beyond age 7. So now you see the level that Milk Dud has to pretend to be on. See now he has to reduce himself to like 3 or 4. Yeah. He's sitting there like, man, I'm sounding like a full-blown toddler out there right now. No, I didn't. It was stupid. I knew F-I-R-E spells fire, but I ain't know it was that type of fire. I thought it was like, how black people say, man, that's fire right there, baby. Yeah, I misjudged that one. Because you're stupid? No, because you're evil and corrupt.
A high school principal, and that is why a lot of Americans are questioning this morning, why has he not yet been arrested?
Thank you.
And this is what he wrote in his memo to other Democrats. Quote, I believe Congressman Bowman when he says this was an accident. Read the
So now here's my man from Young Black Conservative reading the memo that Milk Dud sent out to his peers. Here's your talking points. He's not Nancy Pelosi. They're not going to obey his talking points like they would coming from Nancy Pelosi or somebody like that. So now he says, this is what y'all should say. But I believe, not I want y'all to find out whether I did this or not. Just blindly. I believe my colleague. What else?
Offending passage. Quote, Republicans need to instead focus their energy on the Nazi members of their party before anything else. So again, this is what this guy is doing. He's resulting to telling his Democrat colleagues how to defend him, right? And he's saying you need to call Republicans Nazis.
Why we always got to end up being Nazis?
I'm not worried about that.
See, here it
You
is.
say that your comms staff released a statement without you being aware that they used the term Nazi. You didn't see that statement before it ran?
I didn't know, but as soon as I saw it, I sent out the tweet that retracted it and made my position very clear.
Did anybody get fired? That's my question, Milk Dud. Because see, if somebody got fired, it would be you. Because you know you were behind that. You're a Nazi spewer. You're a Nazi labeler. That's what you are. You sling Nazi out there like snot. So now, here he is. Now see, when stuff like this happens and the leaders hear of it and they don't punish or fire people, that lets you know that they were responsible for it. So when you have FBI agents putting together plots up there in Michigan to kidnap Whitmore, and yet they're getting promoted, that means the FBI leadership knew exactly what they were doing. See, when you have people coming up with all of these memos about going after parents and going after Christians and and they get up there, we did not agree with that, then somebody should have got fired. If I wake up and I say, whoa, what am I reading here in the news? Who put together this memo talking about going into Catholic churches and labeling them extremists? Oh, that was Frank. Frank, get in here. Frank, did I approve this? No, sir. I thought it would be a good idea. Well, you know what? You thought wrong. You're done, Frank. You know how bad this is going to look on the FBI? That's what should happen. Same thing with this guy. So now you're telling me one of your staff members decided to go rogue and think, nah, this will make it even juicier. How about I just slide in one of the most divisive words that you can use and labels you can call somebody? Nazi. Send that out. So now, if that was the case, he should have got wind of it. And not only should he have said, I had him retracted, he should say, and the person who put that in there has been disciplined. They've been fired. But he didn't say that, did he? You know why? Because he'd have to fire himself.
His office later tried to pull back the talking points, and the Democrat claimed his staff had slipped in the Nazi reference.
Yeah, that's something people always do. See, and once again, man, their lies are so unbelievable that they look dumb. So now here he is. Somebody slipped in Nazi by accident, I guess. Yeah, I thought I was spelling something else. But I had no idea Nazi was spelled N-A-Z-I. So, once again, he's trying to pretend like we're all dumb. Somebody slipped it in by accident.
I just became aware that in our messaging guidance, there was inappropriate use of the term Nazi without my consent. He wrote on X, formerly Twitter, quote, I condemn the use of the term Nazi out of its precise definition. It is important to specify the term Nazi to refer to members of the Nazi party and neo-Nazis.
Because you got busted using dirty, stinking tactics to cover your butt, which all Democrats do. It's just you got busted. It just goes to prove that y'all don't believe that the country is filled with white nationalists. Y'all don't believe the country is filled with Nazis and all of that stuff. Y'all don't believe any of that stuff. You use these terms as weapons. That's why they should all be just thrown straight in the dumpster, man. Because, see, they are willfully using these divisive, horrific labels as a weapon. I can guarantee you, they don't believe that Trump's a Nazi, Trump's a white nationalist. They use this, and it works on dumb people. That's the problem. This guy just happened to get busted using it.
In talking points that his own team released, they call Republicans Nazis.
Yeah.
And then this guy comes out and pulls it back. Okay, he steps back from it and says, well, I just became aware of it. Yeah. It got slipped in there. You don't understand. Okay, they accidentally typed the word Nazi. It got slipped in there. Again, I want you guys to understand, why in the world would this man's office call political opponents Nazis if that wasn't something that was sanctioned or commonly used as a term to describe Republicans among people in his office, including himself? Well,
what? You mean to tell me, young black conservative, you don't ever just accidentally slide in Nazi when you're talking about people? You don't do that? No? Oh, man, I thought that was a common thing. See, there are certain terms that don't accidentally get inserted, okay? You don't play around with certain terms or you don't label, like, for example, Creepy's son, the crackhead, had him programmed in his phone as Pedo Joe. Now, do you think you would be joking around calling someone pedo? You think that's just a funny thing to do? I'm going to go ahead and put my dad in my phone as Pedo Joe. Joe must be a pedo if you put him in your phone as Pedo Joe. Even if you with your buddies and y'all are playing the capping game and you come out and call your boy a pedo, hold up, dude. You done crossed some lines. What are you talking about? What are you inserting in there? What are you saying? You're saying that something about me you can question and label me. That's stuff you don't go in those areas, man. But when he put it in his phone, I was like, he must despise Pop for taking half of his income. Yeah, so he put him in there, you know. So now this guy right here wants us to think that Nazi is just a common term, that people just randomly slide in somewhere for no reason. Here I am writing a memo. We would like it if our fellow Democrats would support our buddy Jamal Bowman and his efforts to overcome these accusations. However, the Republicans / Nazis would definitely be, and I'm like, how did that get slid in there? How did that get slid in there?
Oh, again, we know for a fact that that's what he does because this guy has called Michael Knowles a Nazi, right, on Twitter, right? This guy before in the past said that Michael Knowles is a Nazi hell-bent on keeping only white men alive and in power. We cannot allow him and others to push their evil agenda, and we must stand up for the transgender rights. CPAC has made one thing clear this year. They support a future run by Nazis like Knowles. So I want you guys to understand. Wow. This guy who says, I don't use the term Nazi out of its precise definition, called Michael Knowles, who's not a Nazi, and then he wants us to believe that the word Nazi got accidentally slipped into messaging that his office sent out to Democrats in regards to how to defend him.
So the guy who has a history of using Nazi to label people, to demonize them, to discredit them, now all of a sudden wants us to believe that his staff just went rogue and start saying, yeah, that's right, Republicans are Nazis. And please put that in your talking point, where he has a history of doing that casually. Casually. Now you see how this works? You see the game that these people play? They leave crumbs all over the internet of their corruption, of their tactics, their antics. And the only reason they get away with all of this slop is because the media doesn't do their job. They should have all went back to that statement that he made about Michael Knowles, just like the young black conservative did, and said, that's interesting that you say that word should only be used in certain contexts. Because right here, you called Michael Knowles a Nazi and said that the country shouldn't be... You sure you didn't insert Nazi into that memo? That's what should happen. But now we got to check in, y'all, on some more Democrats. And hopefully we can convince some people that their squad sucks if they're still voting for the Democrats. So let's go ahead and check in what's happening. We're in S.O. Ran Democrat
Strong words spoken outside of City Hall by Jessica Jackson and others who are a part of a group called Concerned Black Citizens of Chicago.
Concerned Black Citizens? Now, wait a minute. You must be talking about, no, maybe they got that wrong. This must be Concerned White Nationalists. That's what it must be. It must be Concerned White Supremacists and Nazis, right? Because surely black people in Chicago would not be complaining about this issue.
Has been under-resourced, underfunded for years, for decades. And it's just disrespectful to the community.
Many called on Mayor Brandon Johnson to put...
There's Conehead. There is the dude with the mohawk who's 40. Dang on it. So now Mohawk Head has the nerve to get on TV, and he knows all of these folks are mad at him. So let's see what he says. I'm sure he's going to say, relax, black people, because y'all voted me in and supported me, and I got your back.
Put a stop to migrants coming into the city. Lamartin Edwards specifically talking about a recent meeting about proposed migrants housing in Roseland near Halstead and 115th.
Yeah.
We just want to know what he's going to do about that. We don't want those migrants in that area at all.
We asked Mayor Brandon Johnson.
You hear that, brother? Look, we don't want these migrants in that area at all. Okay. Now that sounded like a Trump supporter to me. That's what that sounded like. At all. Okay. So let's see who the black man they put in power who's supposed to be looking out for the brothers. Let's see what he says about that.
Chicago continue to be a safe haven.
Yes.
The buses carrying migrants keep coming, and so does the criticism.
This is failure.
At a tense city council meeting devoted to the crisis, some of Mayor Brandon Johnson's allies, including Immigration Committee Chair Alderman Andre Vasquez, voiced concerns over the administration's plan to build base camps by a controversial contractor.
The crap is hitting the fan up there in Chicago. Now, it doesn't already hit the fan. Back in the day with Beetlejuice and all of that, I mean, they just been getting showered with doo-doo up there in Chicago. One after another. They don't get no break. It's a constant blowing of crap all over those people up there. But guess what, though? They might as well open up their mouths wide open and take it because they voted these people in. They voted them in. So now even the crap is starting to blow back on the people who set up the fan and start blowing the crap. Now it's blowing back on them, and they even having a problem, except for Mayor Brandon.
I am saddened by the possibility that we are on the precipice of this administration moving forward with building military-grade tent base camps in our great city.
Other Johnson allies are frustrated with the resources spent on migrants over black residents.
I've been upset because we are being made to choose one set of people over the other, and it's wrong.
It's wrong, y'all.
The meeting was interrupted several times by some angry residents with the same complaints. The frustration over the crisis and its response was echoed by volunteers who say they have not received a dime from the city.
Private citizens like ourselves have paid out of pocket for things like food, medicine, diapers, formula.
And migrant healthcare are costing money. Last week, the city says there were 353 ambulance calls from police stations, shelters, and airports. UIC medical student Sarah Esguerdo helped start the migrant mobile response.
Hold up, Chicago. Hold on, wait. Is you or isn't you my baby? My baby blues. There we go. There we go. I think I'm in the key of XZ flat -3. Hold on. Uh-oh. I think it's broken. Go ahead, keep complaining. I'll be with you in a minute.
She and other volunteers provide free health care to migrants at police stations.
We are seeing children who have been cut up by the barbed wire in rivers, sloppily stitched up in Texas, put on a bus by Texas, and then dropped off and deposited into Chicago police stations.
Democrats in Chicago is mad at Mayor Brandon, and I don't care. Thank you. I will be playing here as long as y'all keep voting for these raggedy behind Democrat leaders.
Committee Chair Alderman Andre Vasquez says at some point the council or the mayor will probably have to call a full special city council meeting on the migrant crisis. But Vasquez says he wants to make sure the meeting will have some substance and it won't turn into a circus.
What you mean turn into a circus? It's already a circus, man. Y'all got poodles on top of balls. Y'all got elephants pooping all over the place. Y'all got monkeys throwing doo-doo. It's already a circus, man. Talking about something you don't want it to turn into a circus. Chicago been a circus for a long time. What y'all don't want is the people coming up there and dropping the hammer on y'all. Because you know they would give it to you. This ain't right, Brandon. We voted you in. That's what they don't want. Talking about we don't want it to turn into a circus. No, you don't want to be confronted with you guys being the source of the problem. So maybe Brandon will repent and see what happens here. Let's see.
Since more migrants are now calling Chicago home tonight, arriving in the city by bus today. We have team coverage tonight live from a border city where those buses start their journey. But we begin with CBS 2's Maribel Gonzalez taking our questions about how the city will handle the recent influx of asylum seekers right to Mayor Brandon Johnson.
Let's hear from Johnson.
Yeah, Joe, here in our newsroom, we've been keeping track of those numbers. We know that since last August, more than 15,000 migrants have arrived in Chicago, more of them coming in tonight just hours ago. And with aid and shelter running thin, we asked Mayor Brandon Johnson if the city of Chicago would continue to be a safe haven.
Y'all ready for something dumb? Yeah. Y'all ready for this man to get out there and prostitute himself and throw all of his Chicagoans under the bus because whoever installed this bum made sure that he would honor allowing these illegal immigrants to come in here. He ain't even going to try to fake like he's concerned about the people. I mean, these people are mad and got a legitimate reason to be furious. And listen how he responds.
Following a near record day of bus arrivals, more of them chartered into the city. Late Wednesday night, we were there as adults and small children stepped off a bus and were greeted with blankets.
Hola.
Volunteers helping them say they're doing so with limited resources.
We cannot afford to accommodate this.
And some residents are calling for the city to put more funding into their communities instead.
Southside has been under-resourced, underfunded for years, for decades. And it's disrespectful to the community.
Yes,
We took these concerns to Mayor Brandon Johnson. We've seen police stations saturated, volunteers stretched thin. With all of that said, will Chicago continue to be a welcoming sanctuary city?
Yes.
The nerve of this dude laid out all of that. Stress resources. We ain't been getting funding. We lacking resources. All these years have went by and y'all ain't did nothing for us. And then when they asked him, after laying down all of the problems, will y'all continue to be a safe haven for these people? Yes, he almost looked scared to say that because he should be. He should be. I mean, and the people in Chicago should be livid. He ain't even try to fake it. Like, I mean, at least up there in New York, you heard, the one guy in New York talking about New York's a brand. But then when he was at the council meeting, he's like, we're in trouble. Everybody needs to run for their lives. New York is done. Godzilla's out there in the streets right now, tearing down everything. King Kong's up on top of the Empire State Building. Run for your life. Stevia said, what? The MAGA Republicans are using this as a political football. This guy didn't even try to do that. This guy straight came out like, yes, but it gets worse. In these Democrat SO-ran cities, listen to the belittling of the feelings that his people have about this situation. He's about to belittle all of them.
Look, during difficult times, sometimes there are individuals who feel the
Yeah. Go ahead and wet that dry mouth. Wet that dry mouth, because you sitting there like, oh, God, I'm about to lob some stuff. What I'm about to do is sell all the way out. I'm about to sell out. I ain't going to just be a little sellout. I'm about to sell all the way out. I'm pulling my skirt up over my whole mohawk. I'm showing all my goods. So now this fool has the nerve to blame the people. Okay, he's using the same crap that Democrats have been using against Republicans who got this problem, but yet they're saying it's because we're white nationalists and we're racist and we're white and we just want to keep America white. Now he's about to do the same thing to his own black constituencies, question their morals because they got a problem with him dumping illegal immigrants inside of his city or their city.
pressure, and sometimes our values are called into question.
Values called into question.
And this mission that the entire country has endured over the last year and a half, has been one that, of course, that has pressed our conviction.
Can't find the words? Cat, got your tongue, you big nasty muskrat, you alley cat. So you hear this dude over here talking about that we've been pressed to question one's morals. No, I'm questioning your morals. You have a moral obligation to the people you're governing. You got a moral obligation to the people who voted for you, Mohawk. But this dude, instead of saying, I can see why they might be mad. No, you need to look inside yourself. Question what's going on the inside since you're not willing to put your kids in danger, to mess with your finances. You need to find out what's going on. You know how you test his theory? You send about 50 of them to his house and watch him fail that test real quick. Get him out of here. New York done already failed the test. They done already failed the test. They got, look, man, just send these people somewhere else. I know we was out there saying it's a melting pot, the Statue of Liberty, bring them all. But nope, y'all gave us what we wanted and we don't like it. But not him. He's hanging in there. He's doubling down with dumbness.
But we don't necessarily have to acquiesce
Don't use big words trying to fake us out.
Because we are being pressed.
The mayor also adding that the city continues to open shelters and its goal is to move people out of the police stations, but did not give a timeline of when that would be.
I got a friend in Chicago. Her sister is a police officer. It's just normal now to come into work and step over all these bodies inside of the police station. Inside of the police station. Now, isn't that crazy?
We're going to continue to work hard to come up with a solution that works for everyone in the city.
Everybody except for the people who voted for you. Everybody but Chicagoans. So let me get this straight. We're going to work hard for the illegal immigrants by building tents and helping them get jobs and resources and spending money while our streets are in chaos, while folks are being shot and killed, while crime is running rampant and businesses are leaving. That man single-handedly should be Godzilla. That's what he is. He's King Kong. He's tearing down all of Chicago right now. But we're going to finish with one more S-hole ran Democrat city because of the leaders. I hope the people in Chicago switches teams, but they probably won't. They're going to hope that their team is going to come out next year and win the Super Bowl, even though they've been losing forever. And then we go right on up to Washington, D.C.
We are very proud of that art.
But will you take
Remember
out
back
the
in
part
the
that
day?
says
Look at that.
defund police?
Defund
Well, it's
the
not a part of
police.
the mural,
Defund the
and
police.
we certainly encourage expression, but we are using the city streets.
That's back when it was popular. George Floyd had just died. Everybody was mad. They was using this to bludgeon all Republicans and say we didn't care about stuff and white nationalism, police brutality. Yeah, spent all that money during COVID to paint that big behind defund the police sign right there in the middle of the street. This is back in the day.
It's for city art.
In other words, that will go away. You will paint over that.
I actually haven't even had an opportunity to review it, Martha.
A few years later.
I've made very clear where I think the policies have been wrong, and over a number of years. And those issues relate to defunding the police, to making the policies, treating our police officers when employment matters different than any other employee. And in some cases, they should be. Other cases, it makes it very difficult.
Who is this woman who is speaking right now? Who is this chick who's up there now? Talking about, hey, I was never down with that, man. Yeah, it's crazy. Now that crime is running rampant. Now that you can't get enough police officers to work because your raggedy tail left a big behind sign right in the middle of the street saying, defund the police, and then tried to downplay it. Oh, I ain't even thought about that yet, man. You know, things been crazy and stuff. I might let it just linger around for a while. I'm saying, do you know how quick, if you really supported the police, that you would have the street cleaners come out and sweep that garbage up? They would spray paint all over that mess and get it back to what it should have been. But not her. She up here trying to skirt around it because she didn't want to upset all those angry Black Lives Matterers and stuff and those Antifians and stuff, especially when they were using all of this to go after Trump and call every conservative a white nationalist.
Congressman Henry Cuellar escaped this situation last night without injury. He was robbed
crime
of his
came to their
vehicle, phone, and
doorstep.
other items in an armed carjacking. It happened around 9:30 p.m. outside of his apartment building. That was in the Navy Yard neighborhood. It's a popular area about a
So wait a minute, you telling me criminals are no respecter of person? You're telling me all of these criminals aren't honoring all of you Democrats for how kind and tolerant you've been concerning crime? They're not honoring. Hey, hold up, man, hold up. Leave him alone. Okay, now I'm not saying all criminals are Mexicans, okay? It could have been, hey, yo, bro, hold up, fools. Leave that brother alone, man. He's a Democrat. These the dudes who let us out of jail and give us bail. Yeah, leave him be. But no, they didn't care nothing about that. So now the crime done came to their doorstep.
miles south of the Capitol building. Dozens of other lawmakers, they live there, lots of young professionals as well. Cuellar's chief of staff wrote, as Congressman Cuellar was parking his car this evening, 3 armed assailants approached the congressman and stole his vehicle. Luckily, he was not harmed and is working with local law enforcement. Thank you to Metro PD and Capitol Police for their swift action and for recovering the congressman.
What, thanks to who? The police? Metro, wait a minute, wait a minute. The same ones y'all had that big sign out there saying, defund the police? Those ones, the ones that y'all have been calling racist, came to your I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I'm pretty sure this guy probably is like, I don't want your kind coming to help me. Leave me be. I want someone like a counselor to come and talk these young men out of stealing and robbing my car, because I don't want you white nationalist police officers coming to help me. Okay, so now, Mr. Counselor, they're over there with my vehicle. Could you go over there and talk some sense into those young men? Oh my God, it looks like they're taking his clothes off. Wow, and now they have his car keys. Oh wow, well, that didn't work out well. They're driving off with his car too. Well, nonetheless, I don't want these white nationalist cops coming to help me. But instead, he welcomed it. Interesting.
This vehicle. Republican Senator Mike Lee, he weighed in as well, writing, my friend Rep. Cuellar became the victim of a crime tonight in what's considered a nice part of D.C. D.C. is dangerous. Something's gone terribly wrong here for far too long. Congress has the sole power to make D.C.'s laws and must intervene. So check this out. Year to date, 750 carjackings have occurred in the district. In 75% of those cases, a gun was involved.
A gun?
And this is this.
Wait a minute. I thought all the criminals would lay down their guns because of the strict gun laws up there in D.C. You telling me that these criminals aren't honoring the law? You telling me they disrespecting these Democrat policies that make it tough for law-abiding citizens to own and carry weapons in D.C.? What kind of criminals are these, man? They ain't playing fair. They don't want to play by the rules. This is messed up, man. They want the odds unequal because we got dumb leaders. Take the guns away from the good people so the criminals could run rampant. But always talking about gun legislation.
Second House Democrat attack near the Capitol this year. Back in February, Congresswoman Angie Craig was assaulted in the elevator of her apartment building.
Getting a dose of their own medicine.
Suspect was caught and then charged. Guys.
Sometimes you get what you deserve.
And Alexandria, that neighborhood, Navy Yard, where National Stadium is very popular at night. There are a lot of young people who live there. A lot of members of Congress actually live in some of the high rises. I think AOC lives in that neighborhood as well. At night, there's a lot of foot traffic, but at the same time, there's a lot of this too.
No, you're right, and there are a lot of people who have really been trying to hold on to this idea of Navy Yard being a new hotspot. I mean, it has been for a couple of years. They have great restaurants, a lot of entertainment. If you see it, it's built up quite nicely. But every couple of months, you hear of a shooting taking place, a murder, and these carjackings, they are ever present all throughout.
So how long you think that joint's going to stay nice? That's what I want to know. How long do you think that joint is going to stay nice with shootings and carjackings? It's just a matter of time before it ends up like California is a piece of asshole. So is Chicago. They all assholes. That's what they are. I wouldn't move to one of these big Democrat ran raggedy behind asshole cities for nothing in the world. Overpriced, overtaxed, and dealing with crime and a whole bunch of illegal immigrants. But for some reason, their fans come out every year. All right, this year's going to be different. All of our players are raggedy. All of them are skinny and they can't play. But who knows? We might pull out a rabbit out of the hat. Who knows? I'm really positive about this time. So you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And then all these people got the nerve to recognize the manifestation of the problem, but not be able to identify the source of the problem, which I'm going to close with helping them. There's two sources. There's two sources for all of those who we just saw on TV talking about the crime's out of control. These illegal immigrants are all over the place. The first source is the leaders in your city. That's the first source. Okay. See, so yes, you do have a right to get mad at them and ask them questions and try to hold them accountable. But then the second source, which is the bigger source, is you. There it is. I'm helping somebody. They want counseling. That's some tough counseling right there. You're the problem if you're voting for them. See, if you can't recognize that, wait a minute, I voted this dude in because I didn't like Mayor Beetlejuice. And I listened to this dude pop off the same type of policies that Mayor Beetlejuice did. Same light on crime, same identity politics crap. Same openness to a whole bunch of illegal immigrants flooding the city, talking about we're a melting pot and all that crap. I watched both of them do that and I ran it back. Maybe it's my stinking thinking. Maybe I need to say, wait, I'm recruiting horrible players. I'm not watching the combines. When we're out there trying to select people, I'm not watching. How about you take a look at what they're talking about before you vote for them? If they're doing and talking about the same thing, if you can identify, hey man, this dude ain't tough on crime. He ain't on the campaign out there talking about, man, when I get in, I'm bringing more police and we're going to bring back punishments. If he ain't saying that, move on. Next. If the person that's coming in ain't saying, hey man, enough is enough of these illegal immigrants coming here. We can't afford this. Nope, these people got to go somewhere else. Actually, they need to stay their butts where they at. If that person's not saying that, then you shouldn't vote for them. So at the end of the day, you need to point the thumb and not the finger. Now, I hated to have to tell them that. Had to give them some pointers on how raggedy the squad is and the team. Maybe they'll switch teams at some point, but who knows? Who knows? So God bless y'all. God bless America. But I am interested in seeing how this all unfolds because I got a good feeling it's going to get worse before it gets better. Because we got some raggedy leaders in them SO cities. And to a point, I'm a little malicious. To a degree, I want to see it get to that point where it just topples over, where every single citizen in these cities rise up and say enough is enough. See, it's not good enough to just have little pockets of angry folks. Sometimes it got to get so bad that every Chicagoan is saying this is a mess. Every New Yorker. See, you don't want them to be able to silence a small group of black people. You don't want them to just be able to demonize a group of concerned white folks and just label them as, they're just white nationalists. It doesn't matter. They're xenophobic. It got to be collective. This is the type of stuff that can unite the whole city. White, black, Jewish, Puerto Rican, Mexican, you name it. When stuff like this show up and get bad enough, every single one, what are they going to do? Call all New Yorkers white nationalists? All Chicagoans, Trump supporters? Nope. That's when they might just start recognizing this ain't working. So God bless y'all. God bless America. Thanks for checking me out tonight. I'm only 7 minutes over, y'all. 7 minutes over. Kevin is 7 minutes over. So I'm getting close. That's why I just went ahead and skipped to the end. Somebody said another great show. Thank you. Another great viewing from you guys. Now, don't forget. Oh, and I saw somebody drop a whole $100 bill in the super chat, y'all. Thank you so much. And if you only dropped a nickel in the super chat, thank you too. Dang on it. And don't forget my little fundraiser. The link is below this video. You can click on that link and you can participate in that because we got 10 days left. So any way you can support the channel, thank you very, very much. And also, please subscribe to my alternative channel, Stop and Think About It. And what else I need y'all to do? Text to this number right here. Let me see now. I got it up here. There it is. Oh, God dog it. Let's get your butt back over there. Easy. There it is. 330-974-4607. Text MAGA to that number so that just in case something goes wrong with YouTube, y'all know that I'll be reaching out to you via that. And please go check out the video that I just uploaded today. It's only 3 minutes. Check it out. Give YouTube a blackout, okay? All right. God bless y'all. God bless America. We see y'all next time. In Kevin's Corner. Where's my man hat? Oh, shoot. Hold up. Ah, yeah. That's right. 'Cause I'm a cowboy. Tear up the place, yeah. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Take care.